it helps to hear from the actual people it's affecting that, like, hey, this is working, you know? So I had that discussion today because I was like, oh, I need to know that. Please let me know. And then also the, hey, thank you for saying that. Is there anything you need more from me as well, right? Like, I love taking compliments as much as the next person, but I also love constructive criticism. I thrive on kind of expectation and knowing what's going good and what's going bad and all that stuff. So I thrive on that. I have some people as well on my team who thrive from that, who are kind of like, what have other people been saying? Is there anything I can do better? You know? And I always lead positively first, so I actually keep a track of compliments other people say about members of my team. So if my boss says like, oh, actually, yeah, so and so left notes on this thing and it was really helpful, I will write that down. I'll take note of that, and when we have like a review, I start with, you know, this is what people were saying about you last year. These are some of the big strengths you had. And then I kind of move into what we need to work on, which maybe I should do it backwards. But then I end with like objectives of like, what can we do to grow together, you know? So it's been great. Wait, who? Hello, Vin. How's it going? My name is Sandra. I'm talking about my team and how I am a leader now and how I've been struggling with leadership. And also we were talking about science because I'm a science lady. So just kind of going around talking about different things. But yeah, so I always try to be like, this is what people are saying. This is what you're doing really well. This is what we can improve on. How do we move forward together, you know? Like I also have some people, luckily, I think I came in really strong despite my bad training. Because I've never done this stuff before, I do things a little unconventionally, and I think it's like a breath of fresh air for people. I've had people be like, I've never had a manager like you, and I'm like, me neither. I've never been a manager like me because I've never been a manager before. They do say it's a good thing though, so. It's me, P. Grumble. Welcome on in. But yeah, so it's been really, really good. So where is my... There's too many trees now. I can't find my things. But yeah, so been good. And I think I am kicking butt. Oh, that's what I was saying. But yeah, despite my hiccups in the beginning, I do feel the like mutual trust and stuff building in my team. Come on. There we go. Which is fantastic to feel. Makes me feel very good. The other day, a longtime employee who's been here, I'm serious, like over 15 years, really knows their stuff, really, really good, always very dependable when I ask them things. Someone came into the lab and was like, I don't know what's going on with this, I don't know what to do with this thing, like, is there anything you can look up? Like, I don't know what to do with it. And they were kind of looking at it on the computer and kind of struggling with it. And I was like, I wonder what they're struggling with. So I came out of my office, and the lab member turned and looked at me and was like, oh, just give that to Sandra. And he was like, are you sure? Like, oh, okay, I can do that. And he was like, yeah, she'll find out what to do with this. She can handle anything. And my heart melted. I was like, oh, I can handle anything. She believes that, like, I can do it. And, like, it's so nice to have that reciprocation because my team's very, very strong. And so I'm like, ooh, this strong team needs a strong leader. And, like, honestly, part of me was like, I don't know if I can be that, but I feel like I'm growing into it. So it's just been fantastic. Oh, my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling too much about my job. Ew, who am I? But yeah, so it's just been great. For real. My team is very, very strong. There's a few hiccups we still have. We had hiccups in the beginning way bad. We've been getting through them pretty well. We had a few I have 2 labs. We had members of both labs that were not getting along. It seems like I had to resolve the one. That's been resolved. The other one, it looks like they were working on it under the previous management, which is good. And the 2 who were not getting along super well are getting along better now, so that's good. But I don't know, the previous manager over the one lab just did not care for the people aspect, which is interesting because they went through this entire program to like be a leader, and I think it didn't really teach them how to lead. It taught them like the responsibilities you have as a leader, so it took them around to different sites, and it had them do like different jobs, but I don't think it touched strongly enough on people, because that's what you're leading people, and people, it's messy, you know. It can be feelings, it can be beliefs, you know, and values and things, like things people hold very dear to them, and how to have conversations that are hard, and you know, there's like just so much that you kind of have to learn when dealing with people. But I just felt like that program taught them like how to manage scheduling and how to make sure things go out on time, and this is what the process looks like for making this thing, instead of like how to give disciplinary action, how to talk someone through a hard time, how to, you know, like more human things. And so when those human things popped up, this person just wasn't trained for them, and so it made them be like, my whole, I think it's a 4-year program, maybe it's less than that, maybe it's like a year and 6 months or something. Anyway, they did this whole program, they did this thing, and they said, I hate this, and they went back to being just like a normal processor. So that was super interesting, but it's just not for everyone, you know. I've never been a manager before, so I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but I feel like I'd be better at it than a lot of people, and so I did it. What in the heck? Ain't that crazy? And then guess what? I'm being told that I'm great. No, I'm kidding. Kind of kidding. But I don't know. I think it's just having trust is big. Yeah, have trust in your team. It's a big. And if you don't have trust in your team, work with them to build them up so that you can have that trust. Yeah. What am I even talking about? Oh golly. Yeah. Sorry, my husband's standing in the door frame, menacingly, I'll say. Menacingly. He scared me. He's so quiet in the night. He's supposed to be playing Ark. What's he doing? You gooping? No, you did not. Why didn't you tell me that? That's my favorite thing to do. What are you talking about?
I didn't really sleep because I'm bad at sleep, but I hit a rest. I lay down like Minecraft, but there were monsters nearby, so I couldn't really sleep.
I got bad news. You want to hear it?
No.
Okay.
What's your bad news?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Samson was eating that litter. The new litter.
Eating it?
I'm pretty sure.
Eating it?
I'm pretty sure.
Like in the box eating it?
He was in the box, and I'm pretty sure he was eating it.
What?
So we might have to look at something else. I don't know, man. Hopefully not, but I'm pretty sure. So we found out Samson has asthma, so we have to switch litters. So we switched to like a natural no clumping litter. Not no clumping, no like dust litter. And I'm pretty sure I saw him eating it earlier today. I am pretty sure he was eating it, which is awful. Because not only do I have to find new litter, now I have to worry about how this will react in his tummy. I think it's, grass seed litter? I don't know, but now I gotta look up if it's gonna, like, clump inside his intestines. I don't know. That'd be very bad. Obviously, like, I saw him and I stopped him, but how long's he been doing that? We've had this litter for a little while now, so there's no way to know. So that'll be a little scientific investigation I'll be doing over the next couple of days. God, I got so many saplings now. The tree farm is growing faster than I can chop it down. Which is good because I need a whole lot of tree. Probably chop down this last bit, like the last ones that I just planted, and then go through the first rendition of the building the tree here. Because we're building a tree house, if any of you are new to the stream. We're building a tree house. This one, to be precise, does not look crazy. I don't know if I want the big buildings yet. Probably not. I think I just want to have it look like a tree. Oh, it's raining. So, I want to maybe do a bridge or something, but yeah, basically have the door like right here. But to do that, I need a whole lot of wood. I need to make some more chests, because I'm out of chests. Well, oh, they stopped the rain. I guess they didn't like it. Boop. Boop. There we go. There's a way to, yeah. I could, bam, do that. No, sorry. There we go. Boop. Okay, and then I'll just put all the wood in this chest, and then I'll know how much wood I got. Oh, and it's actually, like, not as much as I thought it was. Boop. We'll go ahead and make, I guess, 2 axes. Okay. Found me again. I don't know how much salmon gives you, but I'm just trying to keep up on the hunger. Sorry, I like talked a lot about science and now my mouth is very dry, but it'll be alright. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Trying to think if there's other science news that I saw this week. Because I really do try to keep up on science news, regardless of how ridiculous that sounds. I know the, is it TJ9? The, like, CRISPR-Cas9 was successful in helping a child not die, so it was crazy. It was like an actual human trial, which, that's just so crazy to me. Because I remember studying CRISPR-Cas9 in college of like this new thing that's out that they're experimenting on and stuff, and so now that's been used in a person. It's like, whoa, just crazy. Oh, that's what it was. There was a, oh, what'd he do? The CRISPR-Cas9 scientist guy made something else that was kind of adjacent. Is it the vaccine? Might be a vaccine. I know they're working on like a vaccine that's supposed to heal a whole bunch of different stuff. I don't know if that's what he was talking about though. Oh, I can't remember. My science tidbits are leaving me. Oh no! Lost connection to the server. Is it my internet? Is it me? This ass too fat? We're good? I didn't say that last part. You didn't hear me say that last part. I'm embarrassed that was the joke I came up with. I should, you know what, let me pull up some science news we can run through while I cut down some trees. Official use of artificial lungs used to keep man alive until he was able to get a full transplant. I know a while back we were growing livers in pigs and things for like lab-grown tissues. I kind of wonder how far we are with that stuff. Because I always thought that like that is the way forward. Like we shouldn't have to like wait for someone to die for us to get organs to people. Like I just think that's kind of rough. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like donating your organs and things, but it kind of makes saving lives shrouded in like a sadness, you know. I'm pretty sure the giant panda is off the endangered species list, and a lot of zoos have been asked to return them back to China now that the like big conservation stuff is over, because they're no longer on the endangered species list, so they want them brought back to their natural habitat. I saw some stuff on that, and I was like, let's go! Let's go! That's super good news. We love when animals are taken off the endangered species list. Boo boo doo boo. Excuse me. Boo doo doo doo. See if we can find anything else that's been going on in the world. I did hear something that said they think dinosaurs might have been fatter than we thought. I don't think that's real, but it was an interesting thought. But we don't tend to see chubby animals in nature because, you know, food is scarce and they're burning off a lot of calories to try and catch it and stuff, so. Hey, yo! That's huge news. Wait, is that real? New analysis of data, infrared mapping, spectrometry on board NASA's spacecraft, pardon me, has found ammonia-bearing compounds on the surface of Jupiter's moon Europa. That is crazy. That's crazy. I think Sam is barking in the other room. Sorry, that took me a second to come back from. I don't know, if you weren't here a few days ago, we talked about antioxidants and eating carbs. Please eat carbs. But we talked about all that stuff, and that stuff was super, super interesting. Because it turns out you die just from like your body oxidizing. So you should work on that. You can help that by working out, which oxidizes your body, but then it learns to like recover better from that. You can not smoke. Smoking causes a lot of oxidizing on the body. Not great. Same as aging, which is why smokers look older and develop wrinkles. Because they're oxidizing. Ain't that crazy? Shit's crazy. Absolute crazy. The 5 dinosaur theory is so silly. It is pretty silly. I saw some stuff on it and I was like, that's pretty silly. But sometimes you need a good little silly something. Hello, bub. Can move this for you. How you doing today? You want to say hello? Hello. This is Samson, y'all. Hello, Samson. Give us another meow. Oh, good meow. Can you get off my keyboard, please? Thank you. I don't know how recent this is, but I know they found a new body, in South America somewhere. Oh crap, where was it? They have like these, they have a few of them, these like 5,000-ish year old bodies that are like sacrifices to the gods. So they like go up in these high mountains and they get sacrificed. They basically like pray and get sealed in like this cave or something, and then it preserves them really well into mummies. So we discovered one the other day that had like blood in its body because it was just preserved so well from the elements and stuff. So I did see that the other day, that they're doing research on the DNA of that, which is kind of fun. I don't know if fun's the right word. It's kind of interesting. No, I'm not there. There we go. Boo, 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 boo. What, bubby? Teenage girl who lived in Italy 12,000 years ago showed rare sign of dwarfism, which is interesting. I guess they're trying to trace the dwarfism lineage, see how far back it goes. That'd be fun. Oh my god, kitty. Yes. I have 3. That one is Samson. I'm told he sounds like a girl. He's my firstborn child. He is, how old are you, Bubby? 8, I believe. He is my firstborn, but we do have an older boy. He's 11, but he is a new adoptee. We adopted him about two years ago, I think. Dang, I am not getting lost stacks. I think that's correct. But he's doing real well from his adoption. And then the middle child is my child, Sophia. So Finn's real name is Finnegant. We call him Finn as like a nickname. Sopha's real name is Sophelia. So we call her Sophie, call her Sopha, Sophelia, all the above, because she's great. Love her very much. We got her during the pandemic, so she is a COVID cat, which basically just means she has attachment anxiety. So she's a lovey-dovey one. She'll sit on your lap and just fall asleep all day. She feels you know, not great when people are not around. She is born blind in one of her eyes. Her cornea fused to her lens in one of her eyes. So she, when she was a kitten, because she has the separation anxiety and the like blindness in her eye, she used to scream at the top of her lungs. anytime you left the room, or even if you didn't, if she like couldn't find you, for some reason it just made her real scared. So I had to be like, it's gonna be okay, man. Calm down. She's grown better. I won't say she's grown out of it, because she definitely still just screams when she can't find you. But normally that's as easy as she'll scream. She'll be like, eh. And I just be like, Sophie, in here. And she'll come and be like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm like, why you sound like you're dying over there? But pretty basic stuff, really, nothing crazy. Finn, like I said, he's our oldest boy. He's been growing so much. He was in real bad shape when we adopted him, and he has just been flourishing, which has been just fantastic to see. Because you don't want to ever see an animal, like, you know, struggling like that, because they're just a little guy. Just a little guy. So we did a lot of work with him to get him rehabilitated. I actually used to do that quite a bit. I used to be like, I had just a bleeding heart for animals, but I used to find strays or troubled cats and basically rehabilitate them and get them ready for like adoption and to be around people. And it actually doesn't take as long as you'd think. Animals are unfortunately pretty trusting, so when that trust is broken, it takes time, but it possibly not as long as it maybe should to regrow that animal's trust. For Finn, he, like I said, he was in a really bad place mentally, and it took us about, golly, maybe 9 months of consistently working with him to get him better. He's not 100%. He doesn't like tall male figures. He doesn't care for well, like loud noises and stuff. Like those can startle anyone. I don't necessarily think that that's trauma related. But he definitely has a few quirks still that we're working out. He refuses to be held. Not that we need him to be okay with being held. I think I've kind of just said, you know, that's just not what he likes. I don't think we need to work on his holding and being okay being held. The only other thing is that when we take him to the vet, he gets very scared. He will pee in the carrier every time. So we're still working through some anxiety around the carrier, which is trauma-based, and I was aware of it. But luckily, he hasn't been needing to go in the carrier a lot, so it's kind of just been something we don't deal with. I think maybe it should be, I don't know, still debating how important that is. That he's like, I just don't want him to feel so scared. Obviously, I clean it up, like I'm not gonna yell at him for peeing in it because he's just scared. He like just gets so scared. So I just don't want him to feel that way. So it'd be a double win. He doesn't feel so scared, and then I don't have to pee. I don't have to clean up cat pee every time he gets out of the carrier. So probably we'll work on that a little bit more, just because I think it's would be beneficial. But yeah, he's doing real good. We have some parties, and he's come out for parties. So when we first got him, it was, I'm going to live under the bed. That is where I'm going to be forever. And I was like, okay, it's not ideal, but it's what we're working with right now. And this was, I mean, this was day one, really. It was like basically fresh out of the old living situation, and so I didn't expect like him to suddenly want to be out in the open, and you know. So I basically, there's kind of two schools of thought, it seems, around this, and the one is you shouldn't give them a space to hide, and the other is that you should. So I thought about it for a while. I blocked some areas off that I specifically didn't want him to hide in. So I still wanted to be able to, for him to see my face, for him to hear our voices, for him to hear, like, things going on around us. So, like, not allowing him to get in, like, a dark closet by himself, you know, like, under the bed I could just, like, lift, or, you know, go down and then lift the skirt and be like, hello. So we did that for about 2.5 months, I think. He did that. And then it was just slowly, like, honestly, I think it was just a lot of him watching, because he saw that, like, Sophie and Samson, like to cuddle with us. They like to, I was gonna pick up this thing and then it grew. They like to be pet, and they like to, have treats, and, like, they're very, like, normal cats. So I think him watching how comfortable they were interacting with us helped him gain that trust in us, that we were gonna be good to him and that he was gonna be fine and all that stuff. So I think honestly that's what helped the most, was just having other cats there that were like, hey, calm down, kid, like, these people are good. I don't know if cats really talk to each other. Like, I kind of like to think they do, but it'd be telepathic, and I'm not sure if I'm cool with that. But yeah, they've been fantastic. So that was about, yeah. So he lived under the bed for a little while, and we just, well, like, for the first 2 days, maybe 3 days, he lived in my office with me, because, you know, you're supposed to slowly wean them into the house and different smells, and you just want to kind of try and prevent, like, fighting with the other cats that are already in the house. So Samson is used to being, like, the oldest boy, and he's now not, so that is still something we're kind of struggling with. But basically we were just, like, having them sniff and be fine with it, and then he came out. He decided that under the bed was going to be his new calling, so he went and did that. And then I'll never forget, after dinner one time, he got the Zoomies for the first time, and that I like brought some toys out to try and play with him. He was not a super big fan of the toys. He was still a little scared of stuff that looked like what it looked like. So I was like, okay, maybe we just try to, like, tackle with our hands a little bit or something like that, or, you know, laser pointer obviously, like, very far away. You don't have to worry about, like, what the person is doing. You just play with, like, the dot on the ground. So we tried a few different things, a few different tactics in that kind of way. And yeah, just slowly but surely, he's been doing great. It's been awesome. And now he sleeps at the foot of our bed every night. While I would prefer he slept, like, with us, the other cats sleep with us. Sophie sleeps on my chest, making it hard to breathe every night, because she's kind of heavy. And he will sleep at the edge of the bed, like a dog, kind of, you know, like when you stereotypically think of, like, where a dog sleeps with its owner, just curled up at the end of the bed. That is what he does. So, like I said, nothing wrong with that. I just think he would gain a little bit more by just letting loose a little bit more, but he has not. He's not been doing that, so. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I think that's it for today. We're going to go ahead and raid and just, hello? Uh-oh. I'm getting attacked. Oh, no. Back, demons. There you go. I'm gonna take their elytra. Did they give elytra? But yeah, we're gonna go right to mill everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great night. Die already! Gosh, these things did not used to exist. But now they do. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday. I will see you